Get him. Hit him with a pose. Yeah. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy HD here, and welcome to another YouTube video. Alright, so guys, into this video, before we go on, I just want to tell you guys thank you for 5K. Absolute big milestone for me, and to hit it this quickly, you guys, I cannot tell you guys thank you enough. And once again, thank you for 5K. Really do appreciate the support, and hopefully we can keep growing together. Okay, so in today's video, you guys, we are going to be going over my top 10 goalkeepers list in FC Mobile. Okay, without further ado, I do not want to waste any time, so we're going to go right into it and get into our top 10. Yes, I'm going to waste your time. So before we do that, I do want to let you guys know that when it comes to the goalkeeper position, I get asked this question a lot. Who's the best goalkeeper for head-to-head? Who's the best goalkeeper in FC Mobile? And I will tell you guys that no matter what goalkeeper you have, or no matter what defender you have, if you're not able to defend properly, or you're not able to defend at all, you will concede goals. No goalkeeper in this game can stop goals from happening. Even though no goalkeeper can stop goals in this game, there are some goalkeepers out there that are absolutely insane. How many goals you concede sometimes does depend on your goalkeeper. Also, guys, with this top 10 list, just because someone is going to be at a certain position doesn't mean that the other goalkeepers are trash. It just means there are lots and lots of options with lots and lots of prices. I do recommend, if there's a goalkeeper on this list that you're not able to afford, I will give the green light to get their next version down. So let's say we have the 100 overall Van der Sar, who is going to be on this list, and you're not able to get the Van der Sar because he's too expensive. You can go ahead and get the 96 version because he is in your budget. I'll go right into it and get into our number 10. Alright, our number 10 is going to be none other than Petr Schmeichel. Okay, now the reason this card is at number 10, I have used him before. I had this exact version, but I had the untradeable one, and I used the untradeable one at a rank, I think it was rank 3, training 20. He did perform decently in head-to-head, I'm not going to lie. And then in versus attack, that's where he was a bit inconsistent, but I used him in head-to-head for a couple games, and he made some decent saves. Okay, I've also played against him in head-to-head, and he's actually made some decent saves. So Petr Schmeichel is not too bad. Again, going over their goalkeeper stats, I don't think it really makes a difference going over base stats, because a lot of goalkeepers have similar stats, but the difference comes with the trait. Okay, so a trait that Petr Schmeichel have, he doesn't have long throw. That's why he's further down in the list. Yeah, long throw is very important when it comes to head-to-head, because there's been countless amount of times where I've used the long throw trait and had an amazing counter attack and scored some goals. So Petr Schmeichel is standing at 6'4". He does push us up for corner, so sometimes I do see this happening. So like in the 98th plus 3, if you do get a corner, you have an extra tall body in the box, and hopefully he wins those headers. So this is going to be our number 10. Now we're going to go into our number 9. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 is going to be none other than Yassine Bounou. Okay, so this card is standing at 6'5". I've used this card earlier into the game. I think probably 5 months ago or so. He is standing at 6'5". So he's one of the taller goalkeepers in the game. And looking at his stats, again, stats don't matter too much because the goalkeeper stats are pretty similar when they have like the base stats. Where it does matter is when we go into the traits. So as you can see, Bounou has the long thrower goalkeeper, and his reflexes are his pinpoint. So he has really good reflexes, and he's a decent finesse shot saver. Okay, so power shot, finesse shot, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good shot stopper. Yeah, honestly, this card is absolutely amazing. When it comes to goalkeepers, skill moves and stamina really doesn't matter that much. But if you're just looking for an affordable card, so he is going for about 48 mil for his base card. I would recommend getting the rank 4 or better. So the red rank or the rank 5, which is the gold rank, or better if you want the best out of these goalkeepers. Okay, so goalkeepers are just like your strikers, where they're very important. So you want to train your goalkeeper as much as possible and give them the highest rank as much as possible. Now we're going to move on to our number 8. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Maignan is going into our number 8. Now, this card, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to this card. His performance sometimes fluctuates. I don't know, like, I'm gonna explain what I mean. So for this card, right, he's an amazing goalkeeper. Head to head versus attack, there are just some games where he's absolutely on his game and he's stopping everything, like literally finesse shot, power shots. Looking into his traits, he does have the long throw goalkeeper as well. He's standing at 6'3", so not as tall as the previous two goalkeepers, but my Maignan is an absolutely amazing goalkeeper and he's very versatile. So he's a very good, not only is he good for head-to-head, but he's also good for versus attack. There are games once in a while where he will, like, I don't know, like he's not on his A game and he does concede, but I have played against this card and he's very, very annoying to play against. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That is why he's getting our number 8 position. Now, going into his price range, again, goalkeepers are going to be a bit expensive because, I don't know, they're just goalkeepers and there's not that many good goalkeepers with the high overalls. Yeah, so 140 mil. Once again, if you want the best out of these goalkeepers, buying their rank 4 or rank 5 is the best way to go, and make sure you guys are training these cards. Okay, without further ado, we're now going to move into our number 7. All right, here we go, guys. So our number 7 is going to be none other than Diogo Costa. Now, we all know what this guy did in the Euros, saving Portugal like that with those 3 penalty saves. First goalkeeper to ever do it. Not only is this Diogo Costa absolutely amazing in game, showstopper, he's great in both head-to-head and versus attack. Going into his traits, okay, so he doesn't have the long thrower goalkeeper, which is a shame. If this card had a long thrower goalkeeper, I'm absolutely be running with this one. He's standing at 6'4", and he has the one-on-one goalkeeper trait. Now, there's one other card that I think I know that has this trait, and that's Manuel Neuer. So having the one-on-one goalkeeper trait is actually amazing, because when you bring out your goalkeeper, sometimes they're very bad. So sometimes they're like frozen in place when the attacker's like doing a move or something, or when the attacker is just dribbling. So this one-on-one trait is a little bit harder to get past goalkeepers like this, and with this one-on-one trait, goalkeepers are more likely to make their frame a little bigger into saving shots. I haven't really tested it out in game, but the one-on-one trait, it doesn't go around often, okay? Only a very few chosen goalkeepers have it, and Diogo Costa has it. Looking into the transfer value, we do have him going for 144, 145 mil. If you're looking to pick him up, you can probably get him for the low 130s. And once again, make sure we're getting the rank 4 to rank 5 if you want to get the best out of this card. Okay, so stamina and skill move does not matter for goalkeepers. Now we're going to move on to our number 6. All right, you guys, number 6 is going to be none other than Szczęsny. Now, this card speaks for itself. When this card first got released, and when I first got back into the game, I think I have faced this card, and I was like, who is this card? Who is this card? I do believe like this is one of the best finesse shot savers, if not the best finesse shot saver. This card diving is insane. Diving and reflexes when it comes to finesse shots, Szczęsny is on it, man. Okay. So going into his traits, he does have the long shot, not long shot, but he does have the long throw, which is absolutely what you need on your goalkeeper. This guy, when it is time to save finesse shots, he's a master at it. Okay, so standing at 6'5", going into his transfer value, he has gone down a lot because it is the 97 version of this card. So 97 version of Szczęsny, yeah, so his market price value is around 43 million coins. Okay, so I think you can probably pick him up for like the low 30s or mid 30s, and make sure we're getting the rank 4 or rank 5. Since his value is so low, I'll recommend probably getting the rank 5 and then putting enough training on it just so you're getting the maximum skill points, and you're also getting the best out of this goalkeeper, out of these goalkeepers. Okay, so absolutely amazing card, Szczęsny. Without further ado, we're now going to move into our number 5. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 is going to be no other than Gianluigi Donnarumma. Oh my goodness. Okay, so before we get into this card, I just realized Gianluigi is also Buffon's name. I did not know Donnarumma's first name was Gianluigi. So Gianluigi Donnarumma, guys, words don't speak enough about this card. Not only is this card, okay, when it comes to head-to-head, because I don't face against him often, but I do face against him a lot in versus attack, this card is annoying. So if you want a versatile goalkeeper that not only plays that's not only good in head-to-head but in versus attack, Gianluigi Donnarumma is the one. Okay, his diving saves, his power shot save, his positioning are all very good. Okay, so with this one we are going to take a look at that diving and that reflex because it is absolutely high. 106 diving compared to the previous goalkeepers who had like 102 to 103, 104 maybe, but he has 106 diving and 105 reflexes, one of the highest in game, standing at 6'5", you guys. Okay, so going into his traits, this is where the downside is when it comes to head-to-head. He has no long thrower and he has no one-on-one trait. He has absolutely no trait, but he's an amazing goalkeeper for head-to-head, you guys, and versus attack. And I cannot speak enough for this card. So going into his transfer value, currently he is around 96 mils, so you can probably pick him up for around 75 to the 80 mils. Okay, so also with this card, since its transfer value is a bit on the lower side, I know 96 mil doesn't come easy for some of my viewers, but for some of the viewers who have, you know, who want better cards, like looking at 99s to 100 overall cards, getting the maxed out version of this card is a must. Okay, so rank 5, getting his rank 5 is a must. So the gold rank, if you can afford it, to get the best out of this card. Okay, because this card is absolutely still amazing. He's one of the top goalkeepers in game and one of the top goalkeepers in real life. Okay, without further ado, we're now going to enter into my top 4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 is going to be none other than Petr Čech. Okay, so Petr Čech, as we all know, the man who wears the helmet, the man who played for Chelsea, won Arsenal and all that. Okay, but this card is somewhat broken in game 2 as well. I am going to be honest with you guys. I haven't faced this card too much in head-to-head, but I have faced against him in versus attack. And let me tell you guys, he's cracked in versus attack. Okay, I haven't faced him against too much in head-to-head. I think I faced him a couple times in head-to-head, but the opponent that I was playing wasn't too good, so I got the best out of it and scored some decent goals. But again, every goalkeeper can make saves, and he had some decent saves. Going into his diving and reflexes, as you can see, is not as high as Donnarumma, but trust me guys, in game this card is absolutely mental. So standing at 6'5", going into his traits, he is a team player and a long thrower. Okay, so he has the team player trait, and if you guys don't know what the team player trait is, the team player trait is known to be a true professional and for putting the club's interest above his own. So when he had his time at Chelsea, I don't know how this is going to help your club, because again, you're the one in charge of selling or keeping the goalkeeper, but just know that not Szczęsny, but Petr Čech will never fail you. He is a team player. He's here for your team. But yeah, so he does have the long thrower trait, so I feel like a lot of people will want to run Petr Čech over Donnarumma just because Petr Čech does have that long thrower trait, which is somewhat important, guys. Long thrower trait does really matter. Going into his transfer value, he is sitting at a whopping 62 million coins, but you can probably pick him up for the low 50s to the mid 50s. Once again, getting their rank 4, rank 5 is the best way to go, and make sure you're training your goalkeepers. Okay, all right, so that is going to be our number 4. Now we're going to go into our top 3. Here we go with number 3. All right, so we're giving number 3 to the newest member who just joined FC Mobile, Thibaut Courtois. Okay, I haven't tried this card and I've only faced against this card once, you guys. Okay, but hear me out, hear me out. Okay, previous versions of this card, so his base gold card, and I think he got like one other card. This guy is always broken. Like, this is one of the cards where every version that is released of him is always broken. This follows the R9, the Thibaut Courtois. This follows somewhat Kvaratskhelia. This follows, like, they're just Hullet. There are just certain cards that get released, and no matter what version they get, that version is always up to high standards. Okay, so that's why automatically this card has number 3 for me. He's standing at 6'6". His diving isn't as high, but his positioning, his handling, and his reflexes are one of the highest in the game so far currently. Going into his traits, he does have the long thrower. Okay, so if I absolutely pack this card, I think I would use him, but I do have a very good goalkeeper right now. Okay, so now we're gonna go into his transfer value, and if you are a whale, okay, so majority of you guys won't be able to afford this card because his base card is going for 350 mil. But if you are able to afford this card, you can buy his base version and then use Mascherano's to upgrade him. But you want to upgrade this card to at least rank 4, so the red rank. It is an expensive thing to do, so if you have the coins, absolutely go ahead and do it. If you don't have the coins, your other resort is to use your Mascherano's, and this card value is still going up. There's not much of him on the market. You could just wait it out, to be honest. Okay, so this is one of the top performing goalkeepers in the game right now, and there's not much to talk about this card than to say he's absolutely amazing. So finesse shot saver, I do feel like he should have the 101 trait as well, because this guy, when coming out for 101s, he makes his frame so big. Not just makes his frame, he is big. Okay, so 6'6" is not a small card. Okay, so I do feel like he should, maybe he has like a secret 101 trait, because he's absolutely good when he comes out for the 101s. So yeah, this is going to be our number 3. Now we're going to move into our number 2. All right, you guessed it. You was right. Okay, so our number 2 is going to be none other than Edwin van der Sar. Okay, Edwin van der Sar, as we all know, he's one of those cards where no matter what version EA releases of this card, is always broken. Also standing at 6'6", very similar stats to Courtois, just Van der Sar has more diving. Okay, so and Van der Sar weighs less, so he's more lengthier, so he has, you know, that's why he has more diving. The less heavy you are, the more you can dive. The heavier you are, the harder it is to dive. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, words cannot express how good this card is. This card, every time I'm facing him, he's a monster. Head to head versus attack, you can play him in any mode. Manager mode, maybe not as much, because these manager mode power shots are broken. But broken cards. Looking at his traits, he does have a long thrower. Again, I do feel like he should have the 101 trait as well, but EA just doesn't give 101 traits to anyone because they want certain cards to feel special. But yeah, man, this card is mental. And looking at his price is also up there as well, going for 302 mil. And yeah, so once again, if you can afford this card, maybe getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Yes, and if you can afford him, maybe buy his base version for the 302 and then use Mascherano's to upgrade. Yeah, and without further ado, we're now going to go into our number 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, so my number 1 for me personally. Okay, all right. Okay, I know. Why isn't Van der Sar number 1? Van der Sar should be number 1. He's higher rated. I can already see the comments, but guys, okay. So this is a card where, yeah, looking at his stats, like, oh, he only has 101 diving, 102 reflexes. I need EA to bring a retro star card for this card, because this card is broken. Hear me when I say broken. If you are going to buy this card, it is no, like, minimum rank 5. Okay, you can get rank 4, that's fine, but minimum rank 5, because he is affordable for every single one of you. Okay, now Mamardashvili, I literally have sweet dreams of this card. I've used this card for so long. I went from using this is the 96, so I went from using his 94, I believe, which is his one version down. I use it on my second account currently, to also use his 96, and this card is absolutely amazing. Long throw goalkeepers. He's also very good at 101s, and I do believe he is going to get a retro star card. I'm just waiting for it. Now, going into his market value, it is super cheap. His price has gone down so much, but he is still cracked and broken. So all the goalkeepers that are currently coming out may be stealing the spotlight because of their overall, but Mamardashvili to me is the best goalkeeper in game. There's like, I haven't used the goalkeeper to where I've been like, oh my god, what is this card? Broken. He saves shots, yeah. And the thing is, he's only 23. So standing at 6'6", he has the cheapest market value. So getting his rank 5 is a must, because I think everyone can afford it. Going off the stats really doesn't show or say how good this card is, but this is going to be our number 1. All right, you guys, now we're going to be going into some honorable mentions. So here we go with our first honorable mention. All right, so our first honorable mention is going to be Milinkovic-Savic. Okay, so I didn't put this card on the list. This is the card that I'm currently using. He is the tallest goalkeeper, or not in game, because there's another goalkeeper who's 6'9", but it is a shapeshifter. Okay, but he is, I believe, natural goalkeepers, he is the tallest one in game. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on it. But standing at 6'8", very good diving, high diving, pretty decent reflexes. And looking into his traits, he does have the long throw traits, which is absolutely what you need. This goalkeeper is absolutely good, and each and every game he's been performing for me. I would put him in the top 10, but I'm putting him in honorable mention just because some of the other cards in there are a bit on the cheaper side, so I want other people to be able to afford some cards. But yeah, this card can replace anyone in the top 10. I do believe Milinkovic-Savic is an absolutely amazing goalkeeper, but there's one problem that I have with this card, and it's with his near post. If you take a near post shot, for some reason, it is so hard for Milinkovic-Savic to save near post shot. Finesse shots, he can save it. Power shots, he can save it when it's away. But these I've been conceding near post shots from this card for a while, and I'm always like, why does he keep getting cooked on his near post? The shots don't even seem to be that hard, and for some reason, I would probably say a little over 50% of those near post shots do go in, which is very high when it comes to goalkeepers and saving at the near post. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get cooked every single time at his near post, but yeah, he does have a problem with the near post, but everything else he's absolutely amazing at. He's made some insane saves for me, and he's made some unbelievable saves that I thought were going to be goals. He does have a very, very big frame, which is very good, so when he makes those saves, they look extra juicy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, nah, but his physical is a bit on the low side. I don't know where physical comes in when you're a goalkeeper, maybe going up for the ball or something like that. But yeah, going on to his transfer value, he is 89 mil, so 90 mil. You can probably get him for, you know, low 80s to mid 75s. Again, I would recommend getting the rank 4 to rank 5 of this card. I think I currently have the rank 4 version. But yeah, Milinkovic-Savic is an absolute top goalkeeper. That was just one thing I noticed about the near post part. Okay, now we're gonna be going into our second honorable mention. Our second and final honorable mention, guys, because when it comes to goalkeepers, there just aren't too many out there that are like, there are high rated ones, but there just aren't too many that you can trust. Okay, but Nick Pope is the man. Okay, so this is going to be our second and final honorable mention, and that is going to be Nick Pope. Now, he is 6'6", and he's a skinnier 6'6". So for being that tall, 106, I think he weighs more in real life. I'm not too sure. Okay, but his diving is not as high as the rest of the other cards. I'll be honest, he has one of the lower diving. But before there were Mamardashvili, before there were Milinkovic-Savic, before there were Van der Sars, there was Nick Pope. There was a previous version of Nick Pope when the first ever event in EA or FIFA Mobile, the first ever event released by FIFA Mobile had Nick Pope in it. Okay, and this card was broken. He was the most used goalkeeper, I think, probably because it's Nick Pope and he's pretty tall. And that card was very cracked. Okay. So they've brought him back for the retro, and I am going to tell you guys now, the more people that try out this card will understand why he was the best in previous events. Okay, so we were just waiting for a higher version to come out. Now, I haven't faced against this card as much or seen him in head-to-head or seen him in versus attack, solely because he's only a 96 overall like Mamardashvili. But you guys have to understand, you guys, okay? So getting the rank 5 of this card as well is a must, okay? Just so you can keep your overall, because a lot of people are now hitting the 102, 103s, 104 overall, and adding cards like this can take your overall down. So I recommend getting the rank 5, so that way your ranking wise it keeps your overall up, okay? Because overalls increase by ranking and by rating. So rating would be the 96 or the 100, ranking would be the rank 4, rank 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Another reason a lot of people will stay away from this card is because he doesn't have the long thrower trait. Okay, so no long thrower trait, no traits at all. But guys, I do believe this Nick Pope card is another broken card in game, secretly broken card in game. So going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the cheap side as well. Once again, he's not getting much light because he's a 96 overall instead of a 98 or higher. So getting his rank 5 would absolutely be the best way to go if you can afford it. And yeah, that is going to be it for this goalkeeper video, you guys. Okay, so that is going to be my top 10 plus 2. Usually I do a plus 5, but today we're doing a plus 2 because I don't think any of the other goalkeepers are, you know, belong on my list. But hey, if you have a goalkeeper that's absolutely broken for you and I don't know about it, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. Okay, and if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and once again, thank you guys so much for 5K. Really do appreciate it, and I hopefully will catch you guys in another video.